strikes it goal.
The beat still, and Isak on there, Isak!
Yeah, so welcome to Sport 360, where we discuss things happening around sport worldwide. And with me today, I have Kame to my right.
Yes, sir.
And I also have Isaac to my left.
How you doing?
They will be helping me. They will be helping me to like break down and dissect a lot of things that have been happening in the sports world
Surgical style.
recently. Because I mean, a lot of things have been happening coming from last season to the end of the season. A lot of teams that won their first trophies. Talking about teams like Crystal Palace, Bologna, and all of that. But we're
not going to mention the forbidden team that won the forbidden trophy. But
What do you mean by that?
Let's carry on.
I mean, a conference league is still a trophy now. Come on.
You're not relevant. It's not even your team I'm talking about.
So yeah, I mean, all of you that know the trophy.
Let's not start that.
Let's not go there. Yeah.
Yeah, let's guys, just hold your horses here. Let's calm down.
I'm calm.
We'll get to that point.
I'm calm.
So we'll be discussing first of all the most important thing happening in the football world right now is the Club World Cup. That's what everybody's talking about. I don't know if that's what you guys are talking about, but that's what I'm sleeping and waking up on.
I've not been. I'll be honest. I've not exactly been following. I've just seen like some videos here and there, but like word on the street is that the Joga Bonito boys are doing spectacular things in the Club World Cup. And
I mean, if you think about it, like, I've watched a couple of games here, and it's like they are playing basics of football, and I watched them play against. Well, Chelsea, I watched them play against. I think it was PSG, that game that PSG lost.
Yeah.
And it was shocking loss.
Very
I mean,
shocking.
you would imagine that, well, PSG coming from that Champions League win and everything, but Brazilian teams are giving guys a run for their money.
they're turning up.
Yeah, but I mean, in the midst of everything, I would like to say something now. I don't know how you guys are going to take it. And I feel like, you know how everybody's talking about how football has changed, dynamics has changed tactically and everything like that. Let's be realistic now. The Brazilian boys are playing good football, or the South American teams are playing good football. But at the end of the day, somehow, the European teams are still going to be favorites to win the competition.
I feel like we don't know who's going to win it. And I'm saying that based on what has happened in the group stage. Because let's be honest, European giants have underperformed based on their standards.
You can't come out to say European teams are actually going to come out to win.
At this point,
with the way the competition has gone, you can't come out to say like, oh, Bayern will win or PSG will win. They have all like had like scares. Like, come on, PSG lost. Bayern was close with Bayern currently right now.
Currently, they are losing one.
Yeah, Chelsea has lost.
Chelsea has lost.
Exactly.
No surprise there, but Chelsea has lost.
All right, let's not go there. That's not what we're talking about.
I mean, I understand you guys. I get you guys. But like, I had a conversation with someone recently, and he was talking about how probably, I mean, I'm not here to like defend these teams or to pick sides or anything, but currently, the European teams have ended their leagues, and should we say mentally, they've kind of like they're not exactly in that space currently.
But the Club World Cup is a major tournament.
Teams were trying to get like players ready, like
a lot of
transfers,
players,
and what's his name from Bournemouth that just signed for Madrid? They had to get his transfer done because they wanted him to play in the Club World Cup. So they were still thinking about the Club World Cup. You think about it. So it's just a case of, are they playing up to the same level that these South American teams are playing, or has there not been noise about South American teams that this European team has just been using that European glory
fair
be playing
No,
with?
I feel like the South American teams are getting everyone's attention. They are trying to let the European giants, so to say, know that you guys do not play football in Europe. This is football in its purest form, and that's what we're showing you in the Club World Cup. I think that's literally the message I can take from what's happening right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
And also, even I think during the first game of Atletico, I'm sorry to name players, but I saw a comment. I didn't fact check it, but players like Marcos Llorente, who I know to be a very fit player, was actually complaining about the weather.
Yeah,
the heat wave. I mean, yes, playing in that heat is going to be a very major factor in your performance. I agree, but you are not the only one playing in it.
Fair enough.
Would you think that the overload of competitions right now is telling on players?
That's definitely a factor, but there's an overload of everything everywhere. So that's also not an excuse.
Then again, I think South American League is still going on currently. Is it South American
yeah,
League?
yeah,
Yeah,
the-
I
it's still
believe
going
so.
on.
I believe
American League is still going on.
So. I believe so.
Yeah.
But part of that, part of what I'm talking, I think I'm going to side with the overload thing because let's be frank now. There are players that have played. Let's say you play in England, for example, now, and you play for your national team. You've probably played the English Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. You probably played the Champions League as well. Some of them have gone to play the Nations League as well, and now they are playing the Club World Cup on top of it. So all of that, when you factor it, I feel like I'm not. That's why I said initially that I'm not exactly like trying to be on the side of anybody, but I feel like the European teams. I still feel deep down to an extent that the favorite team to win this competition is going to be a European
No,
team.
that's the expectation. I would be surprised if I think currently I would say Bayern or PSG. It will be shocking. It will be surprising if an European team doesn't take the Club World Cup home.
Yeah.
I think last time this happened was Corinthians.
No, it wasn't. It was Corinthians, Chelsea.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, at that time, I wasn't really like paying attention to the Club World Cup. But this year, with the momentum PSG carried into the Club World Cup, after that demolition debut of a Champions League final, the expectation is for them to at least
Get
make
to the
the final
finals. Yeah.
and play convincing football in the final.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
agree.
going to
Yeah.
at this point, I'm going to follow the competition from the knockout stages. So I'm definitely going to be watching. I
I
don't
mean,
know about
then
you guys.
you think about it like how European teams came to the Club World Cup was semi-finals and finals as compared to this new formats that we're playing with now.
Oh, was that how it was
Yeah.
before?
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
come into the semi-finals and because the other teams, I think they play not a group stage, but they play a knockout round. Trying to think about it, but they don't play.
Oh.
Yeah, they just
It's
play
not
two.
this league format.
Yeah,
now.
it's
So
not
it
the league
actually
format.
favored European team.
Favored European team. So
So
if
how
it,
did Chelsea now lose it?
Chelsea lost it because Chelsea
They
were
are
being
Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
Okay.
But then again, they came back to win
We're
it.
going to
So
table that matter later, Shah.
yeah,
We're going to go back,
Bro,
go down memory lane.
Don't do this. This thing you are doing is going to come
this
back.
this
and
is
haunt
not
you.
centered around
That's
Chelsea.
true.
Do you know?
That-
It's going to
that's
come. It's
true.
going to come back and haunt
Because
you.
at least
So,
you,
That's true,
at
that's
least you
true.
get there to play.
Any
You
shot
can
I can
lose
take,
or
I'll
win
take
it.
Let's
Yeah,
not be Darwin Nunez, please.
yeah.
So, considering how teams made it in, one team that has piqued my interest so far. I know people are going to say maybe that's why I'm wearing Inter Miami, but I mean, yeah, I'm a Messi fan, unapologetic Messi fan, yes. But how Inter Miami got into the competition in the first place was they were not supposed to be there. If we go by like the
law,
criteria
the
and stuff like
criteria,
that, but
yeah.
but they are in there now, and now they've made it past the group stage, and they're going to be playing against PSG.
To be honest, that's the last bus stop.
That's their last week. Honestly,
Look here, I would be surprised. In fact, like I said earlier, I see PSG getting to the final. I would be surprised if Inter Miami pull an offset.
I saw a post I think this evening when I was coming, and it was Mendes is sending Messi into early retirement after that game, and I'm like, okay.
But you guys don't be
Yeah.
surprised. Don't be surprised. That was what we thought. When you remember when he met Josko Vardiol in the World Cup, who sent who to retirement?
I mean, at that time, he was
still on the top of his game.
he was
Come on.
not on top of his game, but he could still deliver.
So,
I mean,
are you saying it's finished?
no, I'm not saying that, but I do not have any expectations of Messi right
Come
now.
on.
If he doesn't get a goal or assist, or even if he has a bad match rating, I'm not even going to be bothered about it. He's in Inter Miami, for God's sake. What was he? His recent article with Sports Illustrated, he said he doesn't know what does he want again. What can he ask for again? And again, they are facing the formidable PSG.
But
PSG is expected to win.
Botafogo got the better of PSG now.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
You win some. It's one of those things that happens in tournaments, actually. Saudi Arabia beat Argentina in the World Cup last year.
Fair enough.
Exact 1-0, the same scoreline.
Fair enough.
So I do not see Inter Miami. And this one is not I'm not a Ronaldo fanboy. I'm just saying it. I don't see Inter Miami going through PSG in the Club World Cup. I don't see it happening. I'll be surprised.
Because if you're talking about it, they also kind of bottled their game against.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't win.
Yeah.
How
So it's
many
2-2.
points? How many
So I
points did
think-
they come out of the group with?
They drew their first game, won the second game.
I
must
think
have
it
been
came out with
3.
3 points.
It must have been 3 or 4.
No,
So-
no, 5.
Okay, yeah,
Was
they
it
drew.
five?
They drew
5.
this
Drew
last
2
one.
games,
They drew
won
2,
1.
won 1.
Yeah,
so
just
that's
5 points.
Okay. Yeah, well, still doesn't mean I don't see them going to PSG.
Yeah, I mean,
PSG still had 6 points. So I mean, come on, what we say?
no, I mean, if we were to talk about, because football, there are 2 aspects to football. There's football on paper, and there's football on the pitch. If we are going by on paper, undoubtedly, if we look at both teams, there's no way Inter Miami should even go with the
Even
dream.
I think both ways. If you look at it both ways, there's no way. Inter Miami don't have any. They don't have any power anywhere, both on paper and on the pitch. Who Luis Suarez has one.
The only thing that's taking into that game is, well, we have Messi and Suarez. That's all they
That's
are
all.
taking.
And Suarez is
I don't
not
know how many
even-
appearances Busquets
Yeah.
has made. I don't know how many Jordi Alba has made. I mean, again, I am not trying to disrespect Inter Miami. Let's get it straight. I'm not. But let's be realistic at the same time.
Yeah.
It is Paris Saint-Germain we're talking about. You can't look at the Champions League final.
Come
That
on,
wasn't even a final.
Enrique's boys.
Yeah, exactly. You can't look at that and say the Inter Miami. I mean, I'm not saying they do not have a chance. I would be surprised if they go through.
With the drive that Kvaratskhelia is coming with, is Dembele going to play the game? I think, is this still injured?
You should. I think you should play.
Yeah.
They don't. Do they need
I think-
Dembele?
but do they even need him?
They even need Dembele.
I mean, they have
There's a difference in quality. in
Vitinha, they
MLS
have
and-
Kvaratskhelia, they have
Actually, which
Due
league-
is there too. So, I mean, come on.
how much of a the quality difference between
No.
like
On paper, on paper is there. On paper is there. PSG.
No, league, you know the French league doesn't. The quality is not
Spectacular.
spectacular.
Say it
no,
what
no,
you-
I,
say-
no,
say
I
it.
can't say it's bad. I can't say it's bad because whether I like it or
Yeah.
not, they messed all the
English
Premier League
teams.
So you can't question the quality.
I mean,
but
yeah, Arsenal were among them too. So,
Bro.
you
That
were
was-
not
that was-
you were not good enough to play in that tournament.
I don't
so
mind.
That was not
I
even
know.
that was not even the full Arsenal team. Let's be
But
serious
what
here.
would you say about the quality of the league as compared to the MLS?
In terms of the quality of the League One to the MLS, the League One is still a better league than the MLS. It's not even there's no competition, there's no debate, because if we're talking about historically, there are
No, of
teams
course,
that
the MLS is-
the
MLS is- doesn't have
the MLS
history
doesn't
like
have
that.
the exactly.
Yeah, I don't think they have
Inter Miami
history.
we are talking about is a team of how many years old? It's a recent team.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not like if we go back, teams like Bordeaux, for example.
But wait, how did Inter Miami get into the MLS straight? What I know, especially in English football, is you start from the bottom and move your way up. But I don't.
do you really get in the MLS, by the way?
I don't.
That's what I used to think about.
How many
Because
division? I don't even know. To be honest, I don't know. You see, that's why I said they don't even have history. MLS doesn't
Exactly,
have
there's no
history.
history
I don't
there.
even know how old the MLS
well,
is.
I used to hear this joke that you see the MLS is like NBA, where you don't relegate, you just restart again
because
if you
even
want.
the format is
Something
different.
like that, yeah.
Because if you top the league there, it doesn't make you the winner. You only get there's a shield they give them, the one that Inter Miami won for topping the league.
Yeah.
And then you go into playoffs. And now the winner of the playoffs is now the actual winner of the league.
And that's who you want to be PSG.
I mean, it's football.
It's on Sunday,
Anything
we'll be
is
there.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
It will
be
be
there.
interesting if an upset happens in that game.
Unless
Because we're going to be looking like clowns.
Where's the camera? Quote me. Inter Miami, they are not doing anything against PSG on Sunday. I'm looking straight into the camera and I'm saying it. Nothing is going to happen. Messi, there's no Messi magic. Not Dembele, Barcola, what's Due?
Due boy.
Due will do what he wants to do. Oh, God.
Strong statement there. Strong statement there.
Yeah.
Now, so talking about, I would just like to ask this question now, because I mean, personally, yeah, I'm not going to lie. During the Champions League stage, I was beefing PSG seriously, because I just didn't think they were that team that should have gone all the way to win it. But let's now be frank. Let's face it factually. Yeah. PSG right now, considering the performance that they had in the league and the Champions League, are they arguably the best team in the world right now?
No. I would say no. Or it depends on how you define the best team in the world.
Let's say in terms of performance and form.
So first of all, it seemed like, okay, let's use the game against Arsenal, for instance. They beat us fair and square. I accept the defeat. I'm not trying to make any excuse. But watching that game, I am still of the opinion that if we had certain individuals fit for our team, there was no way they were going to beat us.
Did PSG feel like their full team?
Yes, they had their full
Everyone.
squad. They had everyone.
They had everyone.
Or is there, unless I'm forgetting somebody?
No, they had everyone.
And who
I
was
am
out
of-
for Arsenal?
Arsenal, we lost key players. Gabriel did not play.
Okay.
We didn't have Partey for the first leg. Although I don't think Partey in the first leg might have made a difference. Again, every player brings a different tempo to every game.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Why I'm saying that is because I feel like if we had Kai Havertz, his presence in the top 9 position was the difference we needed.
Marquinhos.
No, that's what I'm saying. We had Trossard.
Kai Havertz and Marquinhos, come on.
Marquinhos wasn't actually good in those.
Marquinhos was comfortable. He was having fun.
It wasn't even.
He
Stable
was
in
toying
those
with Trossard.
Yeah, that's expected because obviously City side, the
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Regardless, if we had Havertz fit for both legs, that game would have gone differently. I am certain. I am very sure that game would have gone
I
differently.
mean, I'm not coming off because I've seen Havertz play, yeah, but let's be real.
No, that's what I'm saying. He has the physicality we needed. We didn't need too much physicality. Trossard was not going to give it to us. We're not going to get it from Merino.
No, yeah.
And again,
no,
remember-
even Marino's performance against PSG, definitely, apart from that
No,
outside.
Merino did what he needed
Yeah.
to do. He did what
He's
he
not in
could do.
9,
There
so
was nothing. I don't think I can't even fault him.
Yeah.
But I am of the opinion if we had certain players available for us, especially in the first leg, that game might have gone. I'm not even saying we would have beaten them, we would have knocked them out. I'm not even saying that exactly, but that game would have gone differently. They might have not gone into the finals with that so much confidence that they had. Because
Yeah.
that final, it was confidence displaying at its finest.
I'll say PSG has that confidence because if you see all the games against the English teams, yeah, they always took like I think a home advantage first, or a first leg advantage. Because if you see the game against
Well,
Aston
the thing
Villa
is-
as well,
I'm not trying to discredit Aston Villa, but they were not quarterfinal fit.
Aston Villa.
Yeah, this season they were not fit
I mean,
for they didn't really have a good run in the Premier League.
they don't have a good run, but I'm trying to say that if you see someone like Aston Villa play PSG that way, you wouldn't expect like you call PSG like one of the best teams.
No.
Because that second leg made me see like if PSG.
Oh yeah.
Come
showed,
on.
Yeah, Aston Villa showed how vulnerable they actually are.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. It was Aston Villa. I don't think that if it was a different team,
They had Liverpool as well. Well, what we say about Liverpool?
well, that was one of the times where they proved themselves. Then that's what I'm going to say.
The Liverpool first leg was like
It was during the league phase they faced Liverpool, wasn't it?
No, it was
no,
they
no,
knocked
it was
Liverpool.
the knockout stage.
They
First leg,
knocked
second
Liverpool.
leg, they
Oh,
knock
yeah,
out.
they
Yeah,
did actually.
because the
Yeah,
first leg
that's-
was where Elliott came on first touch, scored.
Yeah.
Second leg, I think it was like
That means
2-1.
their entire.
The entire run.
That's
apart from
that's
Arsenal,
exactly why.
Arsenal in the
That's-
group stage.
That's exactly why.
First of
yeah.
all, yeah.
That's
But-
why I'm saying it. That
But
I feel
but the Aston Villa game, if it was the other way around and they faced Liverpool in the quarterfinal, what do you think would have happened
I think it would have been a much more daunting task for them,
for PSG?
for PSG.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the reason why I've said this is because if we are to be honest, yeah, it's like the same way people always say that if you look at Madrid in some of their Champions League wins, it's not as if they were convincingly better than everybody they faced. But in my opinion, how I see it is that what makes a team superior is a lot of things combined. Sometimes it's
definitely.
mentality, sometimes because when you look at the team that PSG team, those are players that you would normally not imagine would come together to play like that.
so I think what PSG reminds me of, or what they reminded me of Leicester in 2016,
That
More or
run.
less, yeah.
because they used their resources to its best.
Exactly, yeah.
What they had, they used it. The output was unimaginable, because I do not think we're going to see anything like Leicester for a very
Yeah.
long time.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but we're not going to see it in a very long time. That was why I was reminded of that. Enrique picked his resources and used it the best way he could, and it worked out for him. Also, generally speaking, a lot of teams that were expected to turn up, they didn't turn up.
Fair enough, yeah.
Man City.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention Real Madrid because there was nothing they were going to do against Arsenal. There was nothing they were going to do against Arsenal.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
Let-
Because Arteta bowled him home and
But
away.
if we're comparing like PSG right now, I think Enrique uses resources. Yeah, I have like one very random question because Enrique had a very young team.
Yeah.
Apart from Marquinhos, it's like one of the oldest players in
Yeah.
the team. Enrique's PSG and Maresca's PSG, what was the difference?
Maresca.
Chelsea.
So look at Chelsea's problem, yeah.
Yeah.
This is Chelsea's problem. And I was thinking about it over the weekend. Chelsea's problem is inexperience in every level you
Every
can
department.
possibly, every department, from the board down to the youth level.
I agree.
The board, they are American investors. First of all, how many Americans have even know football? Like,
There was a post recently that came out about, I think, Ruud Gillett saying that he met Bully and Bully was like, "Who are you?"
exactly.
And it was like, I coached Chelsea and he said,
which
"When?"
human being does not know who it is? All of this.
Yeah.
You understand? From the board, they are inexperienced. Let's leave that aside. Maresca, why you can't even use his own inexperience against him is because he's not the only inexperienced manager in the league.
Yeah.
Whether you want to, anyhow you want to put it, Arteta is still
He's a
on
newbie
the.
now,
He's still a newbie. Company in Bayern is still new.
You have Thomas Frank.
And
You
they're-
have,
exactly.
yeah.
Then the players again. What's the average age? Who is the oldest player in Chelsea?
I think the oldest player in Chelsea right now is...
It's Sterling.
Is Sterling still in Chelsea? Wow.
He's a Chelsea.
Oh, yeah, he's
Sterling.
back.
We've given you back your team.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Who is the oldest player in Chelsea? Actually, let's think about it.
I think he has to be Sterling.
Wait, first of all, let's go to the starting 11.
Okay,
Who is the oldest
Chelsea
player?
starting 11. Sanchez, you have Chaluba, you have...
How old
Yeah,
is San-
Tosin. Tosin is the oldest player in Chelsea.
Tosin, how old
Yeah.
is he? He's Tosin not like 22 or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no.
He should be like
Adarabi Oyo.
24, 25.
Tosin is like 27, I think. 20. Yeah, he's actually older than every other person in the team.
Whoa.
I'm not sure if it's like 27, but yeah, you can check it. But it was like the oldest. They call him uncle in the team.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Okay,
you have
so-
you
okay,
have Gusto,
27.
you have Gusto, you have James, you have Cole.
How old
That's
is James?
James is 24, 25.
I know James is still young.
That guy not getting old. What-
James
how
is young now.
25?
He
His
came from
injuries that make him
injury
seem
made
like-
him
How
look
is
like
James
he's not playing.
25 after all these years?
You have Cucurella, you have Enzo, you have what's his name? Caicedo Young,
Enzo,
Palmer Young,
Palmer, yeah.
Manuel Young.
Yeah, so like there's
yeah,
actually there is they lack experience.
The one
in-
thing I
in
knew Chelsea did when they did that overhaul was Thiago Silva left, I understood that one. But you had Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kante, and you sold all three of them in the span of like one season in between.
Yeah.
And you don't have anyone that's like, oh, managing your midfield, because obviously I can understand defense, but Colwill had that time with, I think, what's his name, Thiago Silva for a while. But no, there was no time with any midfielder in the team. And then the inexperience in the forwards.
Yeah, in the inexperience, yeah.
How old is Justin?
That's
Jackson is 23.
like, he's a young boy. Even when you talk
Football
about
age, though.
what do you mean?
It was him that said it. Don't
He's a Chelsea
No,
fan.
it's my boy. Jackson is my
He's a
boy.
Chelsea fan. So when we talk about the inexperience here, so we can say they are young. There's the way I look at experience in football for me is kind of like there's the age inexperience and there's the level at which you've played inexperience.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly.
If you look at the players in PSG, for example, look at Donnarumma for God's sake.
Yeah.
Donnarumma is young, but do you know what kind of stage that guy has played?
Yeah.
When you look at someone like Dembele, let's say Dembele, I think he's like 27.
Then he should be 26, 27. Yeah.
But look at, he has played at some kind of levels before.
Yeah. Even coming with his injury as well, you think that he's not going to perform.
You
Yeah.
have Marquinhos, you have
Then you have
Hakimi.
Vitinha that played in Wolves, that you don't think that this was the same Vitinha that played in Wolves.
Yeah, so those players, look at Mendes, for example.
Yeah.
Mendes is young, but that boy has been doing things. So there's quality and there's that experience of the level where they played.
Would you say is the best left back right now?
In my opinion, the whole of last season, I cannot think of any left back.
Or Cucurella.
I cannot think of any left back.
No,
that
come
was
on.
as good
No,
as Mendes.
think about comparing how they both played, yeah?
In terms of quality,
Yeah.
yes, Cucurella has quality, but in terms of performance last season, I don't think there's anybody that comes close to me.
Okay, what would you say that was the difference in performance of Cucurella and Mendes? I mean, they both played different leagues, yeah? Don't get it. They played Champions League, Conference League, and I signed that one. But in their individual leagues,
I think
Come on, think
what
about
I'm about
it.
to say is going to be very controversial, but I will say it and I'll
yes,
stand on it.
we live for controversy.
I think Mendes has more quality than Cucurella.
No, yeah. Quality of Mendes, understandably well so.
His overall game is, I think, is
In everything, bro.
He
attacking,
get more
defending.
from
This guy
Mendes
pocket. Do you know
bench.
the players this guy pocket?
Okay, talk about players that played against Cucurella from Spain, national team, Chelsea.
Everyone, Nuno Mensch, let's pronounce the name correctly.
Nuno Mendes.
Everyone he faced in the Champions League, Cucurella faced them in the Prem,
Yeah.
and Mensch had a
He had
very
a-
good
Okay,
day at the office.
Tell
every
me,
time.
tell me out of the, let's say, 2019 teams in the Premier League that played against Cucurella, which was the bad game for Cucurella?
Well, I don't,
Because I
can't answer that question.
did follow like Cucurella's games. Yeah, I know Chelsea didn't really have like the best season, even with the trophy that we don't count. But Chelsea had a very average season. But we're talking about Cucurella having the pocket. Chelsea played against Liverpool in this bad season, and Salah was nowhere to be found. Cucurella was there and played against.
As at the point that Liverpool you are talking about, as at the point you guys faced them, they had wrapped up the league. They lost. They lost how many games?
Yeah.
They drew us now from 2 goals up.
No, they had not won the league when they played Chelsea.
They had now.
No, they had not won the league when they played
No,
Chelsea.
they didn't do the.
They know they know in the league yet.
But at that point, it was already sealed. Like there was no pressure anymore.
I think it was that time they said if they win their next 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, there was no pressure anymore. They were going to win.
But come on,
So
they had to show that against Chelsea. But come on, you would expect Liverpool to do what they would usually do against Chelsea. I'm not trying to say the entire Liverpool
now the
team.
difference between those 2 games was that the one they played against PSG was a knockout game. It was a do or die affair.
Mm-hmm.
The Chelsea one, if they had lost it, they could have won other games and still won the league. And Mendes was that guy was in my opinion, the whole of last season. I cannot think of even down to the Nations League.
What of Balde?
Yeah, people are saying Balde and Mendes too.
Balde is good.
Wasn't Balde
is
out for
good,
like
yeah.
injury like at some point?
I think so,
yeah.
yeah.
I think yes. I think
Yeah.
I think the injury, DeMarco,
DeMarco
in my opinion,
was-
in my opinion, I'm going to be very honest here. DeMarco is class. He's good. I was supporting Inter Milan after Arsenal exited the Champions League, but I'm not going to lie and say that DeMarco had a very wonderful season. DeMarco had that brilliance of DeMarco. We know he's DeMarco. We know he's good. But when you take the season as into context, he wasn't exactly superior to Mendes, in my opinion. The quality is there.
Okay.
Of course, he's probably the best left back. He was the best left back last season, or he is the best left back of the season.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of
People that could
any contender,
I can't think of. I mean,
any other contender.
we could give. If I'm to be fair, we could give Cucurella a shout, because when you consider what he did in like for Chelsea and then for Spain,
Okay.
it was top notch.
And-
because I'm trying to look at both country, club, and club.
Yeah. There's this thing that I would usually say, like, one thing you should try to avoid is, I think, stats of players, because they are like,
Well,
yeah.
The interesting thing about stats is that what it shows you is just as interesting as what it doesn't show you.
Exactly.
Exactly,
Because
yeah.
if you watch, because like you would say now, did you watch some of these players play? I mean, I didn't watch Mendes play, but I saw Mendes stats. I saw Cucurella play, obviously Chelsea fan, not trying to be biased or anything, but seeing Cucurella play, I would say every other player on the pitch was apologetic. Like,
Would you say Cucurella was the best player in Chelsea this season?
honestly, I would say it's
You are taking
between
too long to
Cucurella.
answer the
I'll say
question.
Caicedo.
No, you're taking too
No,
long
I'll
to
say
answer the
Caicedo. No,
question.
I was trying to think about, like, come on. You had Cucurella in left back, you have Caicedo. Caicedo, to me, was class all season. He played every single game, and he was bossing the midfield. But the only disadvantage Caicedo had was, as much as he is a defensive midfielder, he can't be the one progressing as well in front. So he did not have that combination with Enzo or Palmer. And Palmer this season, for me, I love Palmer to as cold as he is, but come on. Palmer this season was a shadow of himself this season.
I said it in the beginning of the season. I told you.
Yeah,
No, but-
I tweeted it.
I remember.
Palmer's bad season was
No, you can't
20.
call this. No, you
Palmer's
can't call
bad-
this a bad season. I disagree.
This was Palmer's
No, you cannot call this a bad season for Palmer. Why? Last season was just a shocker. It was I said he wasn't going to score as many goals as he scored, and I was
But
corrected.
how many goals did Palmer have this season?
I think it was about 15.
He had 16 goals this
16.
season.
What was it last year?
He had 20. He had 20.
He was dragging golden boots with
Well,
No,
he
okay,
didn't-
an Android.
but think about
He
it.
didn't score many penalties.
This shocker this Palmer had that, and think about it. Palmer had these goals first half of the season.
Yeah,
No,
that's
Palmer had
the
these
thing.
goals first half of the season. Then coming into the second, Chelsea had that dry run when they were going.
Nah,
We are not league
I
contenders.
feel like in the case of Palmer, this is like the baseline. I mean,
No, but that's not his level.
exactly the baseline.
This is not Palmer's
but
level.
slightly above the baseline. Then this is what he's going to improve on. Because as far as I'm concerned, that last season,
Palmer's first season was a shocker for everybody. Nobody saw it coming. Yeah. Palmer's second season was a whole new system again under Maresca.
Fair enough. I can take that.
And
Fair
then
enough.
you are seeing this whole game saying, oh, Maresca is telling the boys, you guys should not talk about winning the league. Why not contenders and all that? I'm not trying to say that that's a
No,
bad
you guys
mentality
were playing
boost.
mind games on yourselves.
Honestly, think about it.
Yeah, I enjoyed
The mind games were just
You were
cruise
playing mind games on
because
yourselves.
it made no
watching.
sense. But
And I remember
yeah.
that time I was about to do a video concerning that interview. You will not believe that after that interview, that's when everything.
That was everything.
That's when
It was, I think it was
Yeah.
from January when they came back from the Christmas break and everything.
Yeah, and everything.
They just started losing back to back. I think they had like 10 games, 6 losses, 2 draws. I think 1 win in between.
Welcome
and
to
then
the Premier
and then you
League.
think about like what are you guys now doing in the league? And then you're saying Palmer is a shadow of himself. He's not even Palmer forgot how to score goals.
Me, to be honest, I don't think it was a bad thing for Palmer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. I'm going to
Yeah.
say that is like, when I would say when something expands
Okay.
beyond what you expect
over-
it to,
you
and just came back to it. Yeah, exactly, overachieved. I would not
Yeah.
say this season was bad for Palmer.
But if I'm looking at it from this point of view now, I'm just trying to bring like this back to play. We're talking about players with experience, talking about players like that turning up. What will you say about Jackson having a red card towards the end of the season and having a red card in less than 2 minutes coming on the Club World Cup again? He's missing the next game in the Club World Cup. He's missing the first game of the new season. And I'm thinking that this is someone I want to
missing
have.
the first game of the
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
season.
Simple now.
Because
He's-
what will you not think of this as the person that wants to be your top
He's
9?
bidding you guys goodbye. You guys have got
Because
the
you
lab.
brought the lab in. Isn't it supposed to be competition? Or is
But
it?
why did they not go for Osimhen?
I think the Osimhen one is a very tricky conversation. It has to do a lot with numbers and wage structure. From at least from what we've seen online, because we don't know for a fact until we hear like the true story.
But so, what you're trying to tell me is that Chelsea are back in the Champions League, and the man leading the team up front is going to be the lab
Or Jackson.
or Jackson.
apparently so.
So that is what we're doing now?
But wait, think about it. It's not just Osimhen because there's this. I don't know whether it's a fear of getting strikers now because you have Osimhen, you have Gyökeres, you have Sesko.
Guirassy.
Grassy. We're hearing
We can
teams.
still put Alvarez in the striker conversation.
Fair.
Anything
Wait,
can
Julian
still happen.
Alvarez?
Yeah, Julian
About
Alvarez.
Atletico.
We can still
Julian
put
Alvarez
Solot.
is-
Well,
Put Solot in the
Atletico
conversation.
just got this guy.
There's a lot of players.
But I'm not thinking that.
Jonathan
I'm not thinking he's leaving Atletico.
I
He's
don't
not- he's not-
I don't
Yeah.
think Jonathan Davis should be in the conversation
No.
right
But
now.
to be fair, I've had that conversation with my guys too, and I'm like, everybody's talking about Jonathan Davis. Have you seen him play?
In the Champions League when
Have
they
you seen
had
him
their,
play?
when they had their time.
How many of his matches have you watched? Nobody. I've not seen anybody that can tell me this is how he plays. He's just one of those guys that.
Yeah, but-
I think I'm sorry to say, I think his agents are paying for PR. Because there's nobody that can tell me this is what. This is
Yeah,
how
but
he
that's
plays.
the thing. If you are balling, people will watch you.
Yeah, but
that's-
nobody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said you shouldn't.
Because
put
Nicolas
him in
Pepe was in Lille before Arsenal bought him.
Yeah.
And people knew
were
he was
watching
good.
him, and people knew who he was.
So I just feel like every transfer window, this guy has been in every transfer window for the past 3 or 4 seasons, and he's a free agent now, and nobody's still coming for him.
But I just don't know how Chelsea
But teams are afraid.
ended up.
Yeah.
With, I mean, Delap is not. He's not a bad player.
I feel it's a safe signing for them, if you ask me.
The lab was a safe sign because obviously they
I feel like
relegated.
they could have just gone a.
No, but if you think about, I think I was talking about this with you recently, and Chelsea right now would have a structure. They have a structure. Chelsea has a structure of getting players, and the wages not above a particular amount because the highest earner right now in Chelsea is James, and James is just earning I think around 230 or 250, and that was because he's been loyal to the team for a long time. Palmer is earning up to 200. The other likes of that's why they had to let Sancho go because he still wanted to get that 300 pounds,
brother.
300k.
That brother is going to
So
Fenerbahce for
Chelsea
money.
already,
going to Fenerbahce?
I'm hearing Mourinho is trying to get.
yeah. So Chelsea already has like that structure of we don't want to have a wage structure that is already too high or something. That's one thing we're trying to, because those guys are businessmen. They will now buy you for like 100 and something million, and then they will not spread your money for like 10 to 15 years.
Chelsea's not a football
Getting
club
low. They've turned Chelsea to like a business.
Chelsea's a financial
Come on,
organization.
because right now, yeah, they bought Delap. How much did they get in for him?
Like 30 or less.
Yeah,
Or something.
and how much is Delap going to be earning?
He's going to be he's not
Very
going
low.
to be on stupid money. That
It won't be like
It's a very safe
100k.
signing. Okay, think about it now. Think about the lab now banks for that amount of money.
I mean, I'm just saying, because what does it say for what they are? Because they are playing in the Champions League.
Exactly,
A
that-
team like Chelsea should be contending to win the Champions League next season.
Fair enough. But I mean,
But
that's-
would you say Osimhen now should drop the wages he's demanding? Because I would say Osimhen is worth what he wants.
I mean,
he's worth it, but
he's worth it.
the thing is that
What
what
was the number?
250 or two? I think
250
280.
for Osimhen is not outrageous.
I'm
to
not
me.
even, I'm not even sure it's up to that.
If Kai Havertz is collecting 300,000 for my club,
Bro.
Osimhen asking for 250 is not outrageous. In fact,
So-
if you offer me 250 for Osimhen, I'm dropping it.
So the team, okay, would you say the team now should go out of their policy?
No, I mean right
and-
now it's out of. Right now it's off the table.
What I think is, it depends on how desperate you guys are. Let's be frank. Let's be honest here. If you guys are in a position now where Osimhen is that messiah you need, like you feel like that is, it's because you guys feel like you depend on Palmer. If you guys did not have Palmer in that team, I believe you guys would have gone into that Osimhen chase. But you feel like,
Let's be real.
There's Palmer.
There's
Palmer
no,
will do it.
there's no going to be Osimhen chase because they just went to go and sign some of these boys from Portugal. The Coinder boy went to go and sign. Because these guys don't even come to Chelsea yet. There's Esteval.
let me ask you.
Is he there? There's still.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a very honest question.
Yes.
I always tell my guys at Chelsea fans this, and I feel like the same thing happens with some players at Arsenal. Someone like Serge Gnabry, is
Yeah.
a player that could have played for Arsenal at the top level,
Yeah.
but he wasn't getting into that team.
Yeah.
Who are those boys going to bench in your team?
That's exactly what I'm saying. They are not benching anybody. Chelsea right now, they are not looking for the Osimhens. They're looking for the players that they can buy and make profit of.
At
Because
this point, you
right
guys are not looking to play football
then
anymore.
Chelsea is not looking to play
You're not
Champions
looking to
League.
play football anymore.
Chelsea is not looking to play Champions League because if they're looking to play Champions League, Osimhen should have been like, a statement buy.
Yeah.
Remember Chelsea's statement buys of those seasons
Yeah,
that
don't make his
Chelsea is
statements,
buying. Who was Chelsea buying at that time again?
You guys got Shevchenko. I cannot forget that.
Come
one.
on.
For like how much at that age? At 30.
No, Shevchenko was no.
Chelsea-
Chelsea bought Torres, and they got the 15 million at that time. Now, even though it was not a bang.
also,
Chelsea got
also
Lukaku.
consider the ownership.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Abramovich
yeah,
is a
Roman.
whole
was a very big
difference
factor.
from
It was a very big factor.
Boli and the Clear Lake guys. Abramovich is very different. He's passionate about football. Boli is passionate about money.
He's an American.
Exactly.
I'm
He
sorry. I'm not
they,
insulting
they
anybody.
just
He's an
sold their
American.
baseball team for 10 billion. That's what they say the highest bought.
Well, hasn't he been voted out of the board? Ted Boli.
We've been hearing.
No,
we've
he
been
said
hearing
no.
that
There were
for-
rumors. I'm not sure it was really
Oh, he's
voted out.
still-
He's still there. Him, Egbali, and
my guy say I didn't go nowhere.
Uh-uh.
I remain the Jagaban.
well, yeah, that aside though. I mean, it's not really. Chelsea has it all in and out for them. Arsenal looking to sign a striker. Nothing has come up yet.
Oh yeah.
I
Speaking
mean-
of Arsenal and transfers, I cannot believe that there's a likelihood that Thomas Partey is leaving the club this summer. You cannot tell me that a serious club that is desperate. You said something about desperate earlier.
Yeah.
A desperate club, a club desperate for trophies, cannot at least agree one more season with arguably the best player in the club last
Yeah,
season.
but I mean, I have serious sentiment on this matter, and that's because like most of my people know that I'm a big Thomas Partey fan like that. You get, but all things being considered, at that age, this is his best season for us since he joined, and that's
Yeah.
because he managed to stay fit.
Yeah.
At that age, we cannot guarantee that he's going to stay fit like this next season. And
That's
he's asking for the same wage or more. Are you going to pay that? I feel like
I feel like right now is not the time for us to be playing safe. If we're being safe is us signing Sesko over Gyökeres, because Sesko is a long-term investment for us now.
yeah.
I mean, both of them will still bang. Gyökeres might bang more than Sesko right now.
Yeah.
But looking at it long-term, I'm leaning towards us signing Sesko. But in terms of Thomas Partey, there's nothing like being safe. Because if you're bringing in Zubimendi, we still have Mikel Merino, we have Declan Rice. It will not hurt to have the squad depth
Fair enough.
and keep Partey for. You cannot tell me a serious club cannot negotiate a 1-year contract.
Arsenal, to be fair, that's not a serious club.
Come on, make it make sense.
Arsenal is not a serious club. Anyway,
Make
but
it make sense to me.
guys, thank you very much. Because of our time now, we're actually running out of time now. I mean, there's so much more we could have discussed that we haven't even discussed. And
I mean, Pogba to Monaco. That's not.
there's so much more we'll still discuss. But thank you very much, guys, for coming on today. I really appreciate you guys. I can't wait to be back here again with you guys.
Yeah, can't wait to be back again. Maybe next time I'm back here, Arsenal win the trophy.
No, that's too far. We have PSG versus Inter Miami.
Let's go.
Let's look forward to that. Let's
Thank
look
you.
forward.
Yeah.
very much, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Stay safe out there, guys.
Stay safe.
This strikes it goal. The beat still, and Isak on the Isak.